Hello everyone, I'm Rebecca Keppel. Today's video is focused on infinity shakers, or flat shakers, or edge-to-edge shakers, whatever you call them. They are so much fun to make, and Waffle Flower's new infinity shaker covers make it so easy to make them. So let me show you how easy it is to use these Waffle Flower Infinity Shaker covers and make the fastest 3 shakers you will ever make. All right, so first let's take a look at the Waffle Flower shaker covers. These are for A2 cards, so once folded up, they make a 4 1/4 by 5 1/2 inch shaker panel across your entire A2 card. First, you need to remove the protective film. The protective film will be on the side of the shaker where it says remove the protective film. So if you have trouble getting it up, use the corner of the shaker that's on the little tab there. You won't see that, it'll be behind your panel anyway. Once you remove that protective film, it's nice and shiny, you can see through it, it just keeps it from getting scratched up in shipping. I'm going to use a Teflon bone folder to reinforce all of the score folds. You can use any bone folder you like, or you can just use your finger. I find the edge of this particular bone folder, where it's flat like that, to be very helpful, especially folding down this thick acetate, which is basically what it is here. So I'm going to fold them all down so that I can no longer see that little 3M sticker there. That's the release paper on those stickers. So I'm going to fold them all down in that direction, and that's going to create your A2 size panel. Then flip it over and you can see them all facing you. Now I'm going to take one, either the top or the bottom. I'm taking I'm calling the top there, and I'm going to fold it in the other direction. Now I'm going to cut a piece of A2 pattern paper. This is from JJ's Rainbows from Waffle Flower, and I'm going to slide it right in to the other 3 folded in the same direction. And that's going to basically be my card panel there. So you can make this as complex or simple as you want. I wanted to show you how fast and easy these could be, so I'm just keeping that pattern paper with the rainbow on there. Now I'm going to peel off those release papers and adhere that tab down to the paper that I've inserted inside. And I'm going to do this on 3 sides of the shaker cover. So I'm just peeling off each of those release papers on 3 sides and then adhering it down to the paper. Now we're ready to insert our shaker goodies. You can see how it's created a pocket. I'm using some large sequins from the Missees collection from Karen Joan. I love these. They're iridescent, they're super large, and so I just wanted to share with you that these types of shakers you can make with pretty much anything, like anything large sequins, things like that, because you have so much room in there. Lastly, I'm going to peel off the last release paper and just press it down onto the paper that I've inserted inside my shaker, and that pretty much completes the shaker part of it. You can see all of the goodies are trapped inside, everything's adhered down, and now you can just create something on the front if you like. I'm using Waffle Flower's Hey Hi Hello dies set to cut out a hello out of another piece of the JJ's Rainbows pattern paper, and then I'm going to use some Ultra Bond liquid adhesive to adhere that down to some white cardstock, because all 3, Hey, Hi, and Hello, come with the letters and the shadow, which I absolutely love. They're such a large size too, they're fun. So I'm going to use some 3D foam squares from Therm O Web to pop this up on the shaker window. You don't have to do this, you can just adhere it down if you want, but I thought an extra bit of dimension would be fun here, and these foam squares are perfect. You just put a few of them on there, peel off the release papers, and then lay this down on your card. I'm going to put it right in the center of my shaker window, right in the center of the rainbow that's inside that shaker panel. And I'm going to call this done. Took me minutes, literally. Cut the pattern paper, die cut the hello, and just go. For this next one, I'm going to make a little more intricate of an inside. I'm going to die cut the diagonal stripes out of some Memory Box glitter cardstock. I've cut it out of 2 different colors so I can do every other color of stripes. And I'm just using tape runner to adhere these down to a thin piece of white cardstock. I'm not using 110 pound here because the glitter cardstock is pretty thick as it is. So These panels can get a little heavy depending on how much shaker goodie you put inside, what kind of cardstock you use, all of those things. So your card might be a little heavier than a normal card might be, but they are super sturdy, they look great, and they're so easy. So this one, I am just using that, I think I have like an 80-pound white cardstock behind it, just because I don't really need the extra weight for this card. And I'm adhering down all of those glitters, and then of course I got a little bit high up on the card panel, so I just had to cut off the bottom. It was a little piece of white. Now I do the same thing. I reinforce the folds of all of them. I have 3 of them going in one direction. The other one is the top one coming towards me, and then I insert my glitter panel. Now I peel off all 3 release papers and I just press them down to adhere them to the back of that glitter cardstock panel. So we're only looking at that kind of thin white cardstock there. And once we flip it over, then you can see the different colors of the glitter. And that I think is going to be so much fun inside a shaker card. So I have some pretty pink Posh hearts in similar colors. You can see that I'm using almost the whole bag there. You don't have to use that many if you don't want to. I just love the option of using them all up, and I think that would be such a fun card to receive with so many shaker goodies inside. So I peeled off the last release paper, folded that down, trapped all those little hearts inside. The other thing about using them all up is that it allows you to buy some new ones. So I actually just went shopping on Pretty Pink Posh's site to get some more shaker goodies to go in more of these panel shaker cards because I love them so much and they're so easy to make. I cut out the hay this time out of a lighter color purple cardstock, and I adhered it down to the shadow, which is the peony cardstock from the stamp market. And I had a couple of hearts that I didn't include inside the shaker panel, and I'm going to include one on each of the letters just as little accents and kind of a fun look for the outside of this shaker panel. Since I'm adhering down to glitter cardstock, I do like to use the Therm O Web Ultra Bond liquid glue because it's super strong and it adheres down to glitter cardstock no problem whatsoever. And these little hearts are large enough that you can just kind of pick them up and put them where you want them. So I just think this is so much fun. The colors, all those shakers inside, and then the glitter behind it is just an additional bit of wow to your card. For this card, I'm also going to use JJ's Rainbows for the background. I have that rainbow, but I'm also going to use Waffle Flower's Solar System combo. I'm using the sun die. You can see the video that I did last time where I made a sun shaker up in the right-hand corner of the video now. And I am going to cut out the rays and the sun itself out of the same yellow color of cardstock. This is going to be the sun behind my sentiment that's going to still be on the outside. So once again, I removed that release paper that covers up the back, and then I'm going to insert my sun and rainbow, peel off the protective layers of the tabs, and then just press them down on the back of the card panel. And this is, of course, after I reinforced all of those score lines with my bone folder. And if you have any trouble getting your release paper up, you can just use, again, like the Spellbinders Tool in one to get the edge going. I'm going to use some Lucy's Little Things. These are the ice crystals. Again, these are kind of larger sequins that I don't always get to use in my shakers because sometimes your shakers are so small that if you use large items like that, they're not going to move around that much. But in this big A2 Infinity or edge-to-edge shaker, you can really put a ton of large sequins inside. This time I'm cutting out the hi from hi, hello, and hey, and I'm using white cardstock for the letters and vellum for the background. I've seen so many people do that and I always forget to do it. It's such a pretty look. I really love how the white on the vellum just stands out and just looks so neat with that vellum shadow on the back. So the hi has a little dot for the I that's separate, but it's very easy to find because it's extra large. And then I use some foam squares. Once again, I'm going to adhere this sentiment right in the center of that sun. So when the shaker goodies move out of the way, you'll see the sun right behind your big high sentiment. I love these big sentiment dies for some really large impact, and an edge-to-edge shaker is perfect with them. I also did want to mention, I don't show this part normally, but I did want to show it here, that I have an A2 top folding card base. Now this is 110 pounds because I wanted to be able to stand up to the heft of the shaker windows that I've created. So I am completely covering the front of that card base with Memory Runner XL, which is a really strong tape runner. And I'm really seriously covering all of it up so that I can make sure that my shaker window stays put. Now, I'm going to lay it down onto the front panel of the card base there and then just press it down. Because there's so much tape runner behind it, it shouldn't be a problem and it should stay put. And that, once you have it on the card base, it just looks phenomenal. So you can see that it hides the little panels, the little tabs behind the shaker there because it's a traditional card. So I did just want to show that so that you know how it will look when it's completed. And again, just use something strong like tape runner, a really good tape runner like that, and then you can absolutely send them in the mail. I would just double check the weight depending on the cardstocks and things that you put inside. If you haven't already seen my first waffle flower shaker video featuring their innovative die design and their puffy shaker windows, you can check that out over here. As always, I want to thank you so much for spending time with me today. Please stay safe, stay healthy, and I'll see you again soon. I've got all day. Are they landing in my backyard? Like, what's the deal? It's not like there are tracks right outside my house. You have to? I mean, you don't have to. You can if you'd like. I would love if you would. If you haven't already seen my... Gosh. Okay. It's over there, right?